Breaking news. The vault is open and the fright reels have escaped. With your hosts, the Jims. Sit back and put on that raincoat because it's going to get bloody.
Bloody awful if you ask me.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fright Reels. Episode, what did we say this time?
18.
18. So, we've been rolling right along. Have you gotten many comments regarding the 60 Days of Fright from friends and family and things?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you know.
Drew just told me, he's like, dude, I watched Come to Daddy the other night. That movie was fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what do you expect? I'm like, dude, if you watch all of the 60 movies that we recommend, it's going to fuck you up, man. I'm like, there's some real jacked up shit in there.
I was thinking about starting to wear a mask like you did the one day.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun. Well, we want to thank you guys all for coming back.
Thanks.
Time to do another podcast because our plan has been to be busting out a podcast every other week. And we had a couple of different things in mind for this one, different movies and series and things that we were talking about doing. And then all of a sudden we forgot, oh shit, Monster, the Ed Gein Story happened. And we were like, fuck. And I messaged you, I'm like, did you watch it? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, shit, should we do that one? So we just made this decision like 3 days ago.
Yeah. We watched it in 2 days. It took us. We watched. Yeah.
And it took me 4 fucking days to get halfway through it. We'll get to that. So anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. Spoiler alert right off the bat. We're not saving shit. There's no way to save it because it happens episodically. It's not like we can.
Right. And there's a lot of flashbacks, flash forwards, all that
made
stuff.
Up ones, dream sequences.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway, let's start off by saying, give us a little background of it, Jimmy.
Well, on the show, I mean, Charlie Hunnam, that was in Sons of Anarchy. He stars in this. I think he did a really good job.
I feel like that bottle might be in the way of your face.
It might be. I don't know. So is, oh my God.
Put him in the middle.
All right.
Now is he going to be in the way of that?
No.
Fucking one.
I know.
Anyway, what did Charlie do?
So he was in Sons of Anarchy. That's where everybody kind of knows him from.
Did you watch that?
Like 3 times.
The whole series?
All the way through 3 times.
No shit.
Yes. It's very good.
I never saw one episode.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it?
Yes.
I never saw one episode of Sopranos either.
I've seen that like 6 times all the way through.
And I watched the first season of the Dragonland.
Game of Thrones.
Dicks and Dragons.
Yeah, I've seen that twice.
That looked like it was done well. I just, it doesn't matter. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Monster. So, here's a question I have for you while you're giving us the particulars. Is it the same guy that made the Dahmer one?
I don't know. Because I didn't look that up.
Series. There's Monsters, Dahmer,
and then
the Menendez
brothers.
And then, so keep giving facts. I'll look it up.
So obviously Ed Gein was a serial killer. Well, technically he wasn't a serial killer.
He was a madman. Let's call him a madman.
He was convicted of 2 murders.
Is there a certain number that is required for you to be a serial killer?
So
I think there is, isn't there?
Well, it's supposed to be 3. Some people say 3, some people say less, and some people said it depends on how it was done or
right?
The sequence at the time in between. So we saw Scott Bond, Dr. Scott Bond. He does lectures on serial killers.
Yeah, you guys have gone to some
twice now, and he helped the Mindhunters. He worked with the FBI way back when they started that. He still is good friends with them. So he says that he doesn't believe Ed Gein's a serial killer. He thinks 3 or more people. So he was only convicted of 2. He has possible ties to more, but they couldn't prove it.
Okay. I've got some facts about the production.
Okay.
So right off the bat, it's written and produced by Ryan Murphy. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That explains a lot. And it's directed by several different people, kind of like TV series. Like you ever watch the credits for even let's say The Sopranos. I'll bet you there was 15 different directors.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think this is that same similar thing. I think the one consistent thing is that the series creator is probably Ryan Murphy. He oversees it. He writes it. He produces it. It's got that vibe to it. Now that we're reading that, that explains some of my problems with it and also some of the things I like about it.
Yeah.
Because I really was a big American Horror Story fan for a while,
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, even probably the last one I watched was the one when they were in like Cape Cod and they were like vampires or some shit. The dude was a writer.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one?
No, I think the last one I saw was it was the Apocalypse and Lucifer.
Oh, yeah.
That
That was
one.
a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I like that one. And that one had a crossover because the chicks from Coven came back in
Right.
that one. Okay, so this was the next one. This one was weird because so they did a season. Let's say the season's 12 episodes. 6 episodes was one story, and 6 episodes was a whole different story. They did 2 stories in one.
Right.
And that one was okay. That one was pretty good. It was the kid that was, I think his name was Dandy, in the one with Twisty the Clown.
Okay.
Remember Dandy was like the weird rich kid or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was in the Lucifer one. Doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, what we're talking about is Monster, and it's made from that same crew, basically, right?
Yep.
That same camp.
So yeah, that does make sense now that I didn't know that either. That he was the same. It makes sense. Some of the stuff later on, towards the end of the series.
You mean like ass shots and?
Not just that. I mean, that's you're gonna have that. And
Dude, the first American Horror Story when that dude was getting raped by a fucking it was a fire poker.
yeah,
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
That was on TV.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get into it.
Effects.
Yeah. So what else? Did I interrupt about? What are we talking about here?
No, and so he in the 1950s, in 1954, he was convicted, I believe, of these killers. Or of these murders.
And I know a little bit about him for years, being a fan of both horror movies and sort of serial killer stories and biographies. I know a bit about him.
So he lived with his mom. His mom was an overbearing, religious, like insane person. She messed him up. I mean,
we were talking about that the other day. You tell me what you think about this. Doesn't there seem like there's a very large number of serial killers who had crazy single moms?
Yes. Oh, that's another thing. So the other serial killer profiler that I met on a train one time, I
remember that.
Yeah. So he he trains cops to profile different murders and that kind of thing. He specialized in realtor murders,
like the movie Mindhunter or whatever.
Yeah, sort of but more in the cop level,
Yeah. Realtor murders, like people that like say they want to see a house and kill them. Yeah, I just saw something about
that's
that.
that
happened around here.
It's very common, like for that kind of murder. Yeah, it happens a lot. And he said most of the serial killers that he's talked to and interviewed, they didn't have a dad. It was an absent father, or he was just piece of shit, or something like that. It was always not always, but it was yes. The majority of them had a single mom.
And so that is to say, and part of this debate, and this is a whole nother question, is are serial killers made, not born? You know what I mean? Now, for me, it's nature versus nurture or whatever. For me, I think it's both. Because, yes, there are those elements of, let's say they're being pushed by a psychotic, their mother's unstable, and she's pushing them. That somebody that's a stable person, it'll fuck them up, but it might not push them over the edge. So I think you already have to have the tendency to be a little fucked up, and then that behavior pushes you.
Right. In that lecture,
you have the tendencies, and you were never pushed.
Almost. Give it time. So in that lecture, he also talked about that. He goes, most of them are like nature of nurture, or some people, very rare ones, are just playing out evil. Like
I think Dahmer's like that. Dahmer didn't have problems at home, did he?
No, there's some other things. What's his name?
He had like a fucked up stepdad, didn't
he? The Ramirez. He was straight evil.
Yeah.
He said he was one of the ones that just straight evil.
Stalker.
Did not care, just didn't matter.
Hey, speaking of that, he was in a American Horror Story, the 1984 one.
Yeah.
And they were like summer camp. So you saw that one, right?
I think, I saw that.
That was
one.
after
I
the
saw
Apocalypse.
That one. Yeah.
He was in that one, and the guy that got to play in that one was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Now, that's where we're going to get into something right here. I'm going to go back to reference that. Keep that in mind, 1984 American Horror Story with Richard Ramirez, because they fictionalized it in a series that's already fiction. This is a series based on fact, almost like it's being presented like a biography, and they fictionalize it.
Yeah, he put a lot of fiction.
Not fair.
Right.
I don't think it's right. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
So, I got a lot of problems with this fucking series. I don't like it. I mean, it's well filmed. It's well acted, certainly. Actually, I liked the Dahmer one better.
I would say so. And I heard that's more accurate. That one was.
Man, and I saw a quote that a friend of mine, I don't actually know her, she does a podcast as well. And she did a review of this and explained the fact, and I couldn't have said it better myself, the fact that Ed Gein was a real person, who killed and victimized real people. But the point being is the truth was good enough. It's terribly interesting. You didn't have to fictionalize it.
Right.
And they really did. And the weird part of it is the stuff they chose to fictionalize.
I think
they got him married. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of the fact that he's a fucked up outcast?
Yeah. Now, so that whole thing. So in the story, if you've seen it, I'm talking about a blonde girl that he sees in the diner and he has a crush on, and he's spied on her and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And they turn
she's a weirdo.
Yeah. She's given him Nazi, comic books, and that's how he starts. They show him starting to really get interested in death and killing, and he wanted to mimic,
which I believe is somewhat accurate.
That was accurate, yeah. So he's very interested in that kind of stuff. But the whole story with him and her sort of as a couple, and in the story or in the show, they kept showing her kind of turn him down, but they always hung out. Yeah. And that I guess that may have been slightly true, but they were never romantic. He never had a girlfriend.
They got married.
I don't know.
Well, he proposed to her with that fucking ring.
She wore it. They never got married.
She said yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah,
and then she tried to bang. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. That fucking series is fucked up.
Yeah, no, it was all overpaid. But he never had a romantic relationship with anybody on record.
The woman that he killed. So one of the main women that I knew about that he killed was the woman from the general store, who he filleted like a deer. Yep. And that's when they busted him. And that's the cauldron we saw at Zach Bagans' Horror Museum.
Yes.
And all of that.
Yep.
Except in this version, he has a full-on romance with her. And they're dating, and she's in love with him, and she has this whole backstory, and he's saving her from that, and oh my God. And then he didn't like something she did or said, and so he shot her. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not it at all.
Yeah. So they sensationalize this way beyond what they should have. It just...
Okay, so those parts are bad enough, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say that you like about it before I start?
What I like? I mean, I thought he did a really good job. Good actor. They said, his transformation. They didn't really transform him very much. Just his eyes down a little bit and his hair.
Maybe they mean like his mannerisms.
He said after
he was real kind of meek.
He was kind of messed up after he did that role.
I'll bet.
He said
he did a good job, and I'll tell you what, Aunt Jackie did a good job.
Oh yeah, very very good. Yeah.
What's that actress's name?
I don't know. Aunt Jackie from Roseanne.
Yeah, Aunt Jackie from Roseanne. And Laurie Metcalf, who played his mom.
Laurie Metcalf.
Aunt Jackie. Yeah. You know what my favorite role is of her? Uncle Buck. She lived across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to dance with him in the house. Rain check.
Yep.
She was all fucking psycho. Anyway, she did a great job, right? Everybody did a great job. Don't get me wrong. Everybody did a great job.
It was well shot, well done.
The guy who played Alfred Hitchcock did a good job.
Yeah.
Now, that's where we're going to start getting into the first problem I had with it. Okay, we're watching it. We're going along. Episode 1, episode 2. It's getting good. It's pretty much following the stuff I know. Then all of a sudden, they flash forward to they're like paralleling years later, 1959 or whatever, and Alfred Hitchcock is working with Anthony Perkins regarding Psycho. And he's explaining how he read the story of Ed Gein and he's going to do Psycho. That's all fine and well, except they take that opportunity to also fictionalize all of those people.
Yeah.
Like they're living people. They're not alive anymore, but they're real, man.
Yeah.
And so he changed the whole fucking thing of the fact that he picked Anthony Perkins because Anthony Perkins is just like him, because Anthony Perkins is gay and has to hide from society the same way a serial killer has to hide from society. Essentially, serial killers treat gays, or the society treats gays and serial killers the same way. So he's the only one that could play the role. And it was like all this fucked up stuff that was not true.
Yeah, not at all. No, Anthony Perkins, his son says that he...
Osgood Perkins, by the way.
Osgood Perkins.
Director of...
Long Legs.
Blackcoat's Daughter. Gretel and Hansel.
Yep.
Monkey.
Yep.
All right, go on. Osgood says what?
So he said his dad wanted to play Psycho. He even pitched it to Alfred Hitchcock. So that all was fake. So there's a lot of made up shit in this series.
All of it is made up.
Just to, I don't know, just to...
Well, there's two problems.
Sell a show.
One is to sensationalize it, and I get that, and it's artistic license and blah blah blah.
To a point, but
But not if you call it the Ed Gein story.
Right.
And the other reason is some of it is to push a narrative.
Sure.
They're pushing a narrative a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit
But
there.
that's fine. That's what artists do. I don't care. I mean, I can get over that part. What I can't get over is them bastardizing the great fucking Toby Hooper.
Who directed
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. So
And
he
Poltergeist.
did he?
Yeah.
Did he? Oh, okay. I didn't
Steven
know that.
Spielberg and
Oh,
Toby
I didn't know
Hooper
that. Okay.
together.
Okay.
So anyway, here's my problem with that. So yes, Ed Gein was the inspiration for Psycho, for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and for Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
And it had always been my understanding that he was the inspiration to them to the extent that he dug up his mom and was a mama's boy and she spoke to him and drove him crazy. Psycho. He wore people's flesh and he made furniture out of bones. Texas Chainsaw. And he made a woman's suit and skin. Buffalo Bill. That was it.
Yeah.
They make it seem like so for example, Toby Hooper makes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? He and a whole crew of people. And it becomes this gigantic Texas Chainsaw Massacre, by the way. It becomes this whole gigantic thing, right? And this social sort of phenomenon and all of this. They're rewriting history and taking what happened and making it seem like that's why they wrote it and why they did it. And that Toby Hooper's like, oh, I'm not making the movie America wants. I'm making the movie America needs. We need to move the human race forward 50 years. I'm like, this guy, they were just stoner kids who wanted to make a cool movie.
And in that scene, they were showing Nixon talk about Vietnam and all this other stuff. And
and you know what, too? And then it's not bad enough. It's not just that. Like, they're making it seem like, and nobody could possibly know this, that the scenes in each of these movies, Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, happen as a direct copy of things that Ed Gein actually did. Because they're showing Ed Gein do things and then cutting to them filming the movie. Like Toby Hooper was there, watched him do it, wrote it down, and then made a scene for scene shot reenactment of Ed Gein's life. That is not the fucking case.
So there was a scene where there were two hunters that got lost. They show up to Ed Gein's farm. And
I think that's true, right? Didn't
there were two hunters. Both of them, Victor Travis and Raymond Burgess.
Okay.
And so they show up and they it's freezing cold outside. They just want to get inside to get warm. They find a barn, Ed Gein's barn. Everything's dark. They come inside. And all of a sudden in the dark, you see, Ed Gein lights up a lantern and he's standing there bloody, has tools in his hand, that kind of thing. And he said, boys, you shouldn't see this. Then he starts chasing them with the chainsaw.
Well, what they see is the woman.
Oh, yeah. They see a woman hanging from
raptors.
And
the woman that worked at the general store.
Right. They killed.
And then he starts chasing them like Patrick Bateman. He's even doing that move.
Yeah. So there's a lot of little Easter eggs like that.
And then he does the Leatherface dance at the end as if he saw Ed Gein and had fucking Gunnar Hansen replicate. That is not the fucking case, man.
Well, first of all, they didn't prove that he ever killed them. There was no proof at all that he ever killed those two. They never had proof that he chased them and anything like that. They just made that all up just to fit the Texas Chainsaw narrative.
Right. The fact that this guy inspired great movies.
Right. That wasn't his go-to tool either. I think it was it was a knife. It's 22. Yeah, you're right. It was 22. That was his choice.
Did he shoot the woman in the bar? He did, right?
Yes.
In real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he shot the woman in the bar. He shot the woman in the general store, and that's it.
Right.
That is confirmed. He killed two people.
Yes. Convicted of, yes.
Yeah, the chain. And then, and Toby Hooper's a kid. Oh, yeah, what did he use? What implement of destruction?
Yeah.
And like, no kid would fucking ask that. Dude.
Nor did he know, because that wasn't true.
Right, because he didn't use a chainsaw. He did not use a chainsaw to kill anybody.
He maybe have used it to cut up people and bone, because he did dig up people.
Well, yeah.
He did not dig up his mother, though.
No, he didn't.
Mm-mm.
No, he dug up the neighbor.
Nor was he a necrophilia act.
No.
He never screwed a dead body. He said they smelled too bad, so he never did.
He did have a nice collection of all this stuff.
It
rivals your collection of all of it. The great was they showed it. Did you freeze frame it?
No.
They showed it.
No, I mean, I could see it. I wasn't like, wow, I got to check all those.
To see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wanted to see it both from a morbidly perverted sense, but also from an artistic
how they
looked,
yeah. Well, they
did a good job. Anyway, none of that's a fucking point. Here's the point. They didn't do that shit in Psycho. Then they fucking show Psycho And instead of showing the actual Psycho movie, they're showing Ed Gein stabbing his fucking girlfriend naked.
Yeah.
And they're showing the audience react to seeing that. They're showing the audience, and then when they cut to the screen, it's Ed Gein and his girlfriend, which never happened either.
No.
Then, here's the part that really fucking chaps my ass about the Tobe Hooper thing. Rant almost over. Tobe Hooper is talking to his buddy about, oh, that inspired Psycho. Did you ever see Psycho? I saw it in film school. It sucked. Not one pussy shot in that whole movie, man. There was a shower scene. Janet Leigh was naked. Not one pussy shot. I'm like, first of all, that's fucking horseshit. I don't believe he ever said that. Number one, there were no pussy shots in 1960, so he shouldn't have even expected one.
Yeah.
Number two, he made plenty of movies with no pussy shot, not even so much as a boob shot. So I don't think that's the way he thought anyway. And I think it's a bastardization of that dude's legacy, man. I think they took some real huge leaps with real people's fucking character.
Yeah, that was.
I don't like it.
Even Anthony Perkins.
So there's there's the point again. There's enough interestingness about the reality of all of these people,
right,
that they didn't need to rewrite it.
I mean, why couldn't you? Just do the story. Don't make a bunch of shit to fit all the other movies. And once they catch him, they just.
So I stopped here. You're filling me in.
So
I didn't see anything after the Tobe Hooper episode, the beginning of episode 5.
So one of the cops was the son of the store owner. So
is that real?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he was really. I don't know that. I didn't check that part. But the whole thing was he sees the body hanging in the barn.
His mom
hanging in the barn. So all the cops are. They arrest Ed Gein, and he's like, "What's going on? I don't know." He's.
That wasn't bad.
So then yes, and so he's convicted. He's in. They put him in a mental institution. They don't put him in jail.
And that's true too.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, right. And he was a perfect patient, because he had structure and he everything was. He
was a troubled guy, dude. He was probably a little bit mentally disabled.
His mom, they diagnosed him as schizophrenia.
Okay, and he seemed slow too, and his mom definitely was overbearing. And again, who knows how much of that sensationalized? Did she really grab his wiener and do shit like that?
Because he said in they showed some of the therapy that he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't remember anything, cutting up people. And then later on he did. So they diagnosed schizophrenia, but I don't know if that was the real what he really was. Dude. Sure. And so then they've got the guys from Mindhunters, a Netflix show up to interview him and they're
the two actors.
Yeah, they look like them.
Oh, wasn't that?
Had the same hair. They totally did the thing.
That's fun.
And so they show up talking to him, and they want to find Ted Bundy, and so they showed Ted Bundy killing a couple people and that kind of thing. And you should finish it because there's some of that. Did those
guys really talk to him?
No.
I was going to say I don't think they did.
They made all that shit up, and they made it all up because Netflix has a Mindhunter show and this Netflix show, and they just wanted to sell their fucking show season 3. Which you're going to see anyway. It's a great show.
Is there going to be a season 3?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the right actors though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because that's why they couldn't do this last one. Is they had an actor count.
I'm not sure about that, but I know they're doing season 3.
Oh man, I'll be pissed.
It was confirmed by Dr. Scott Bond.
I like the flat top guy because he was the guy with the long hair in Creepshow 2.
Oh yeah.
The Indian guy with the wooden Indian,
right?
Chief Woodenhead,
right?
He thought he was going to go to Hollywood with his big long black hair. Right. That's the same fucking guy. Dude.
So the series keeps going with him in the institution. They keep flashing back and forth, and he's kind of befriends a nurse. She gets him. I got money from. Let me back up. So they auction off his farm. All these pieces and stuff. All this stuff is big, and that was a true thing. And they made his car as this showpiece, and I don't know if they auctioned it off, but it was like the Ghoul Mobile or something like that. I don't know. I forgot what they called it. So he got money in the institution, like $300. So he gives it to the nurse and says, "I want you to buy me something." And so she buys 3 ham radios.
Right.
And the ham radios, he sends one to the trans actress from, I don't know if she's German or something. I don't know where she was from. So and also to
the Nazi.
No, well, that's the actress and the Nazi. Yeah, the Nazi girl. She called him a gynophiliac. So he wanted to be in a woman, not be a woman.
Oh, well.
So it's a whole different thing. It's not,
Okay.
I want to be a woman. I want to be
Fine
inside a woman, living inside a woman.
Fine line.
Yeah.
But
And so
certainly
they
it's
said
like
that. And I don't, and no, it's apparently none of those things really happened.
Well, we can thank Crystal for clearing some of this up, right?
Yeah,
She
she's
knows
very,
her
very
shit.
good with serial killers. Yes.
She's good with them. Takes them out to breakfast.
Maybe. So there was letters back and forth from Ted Bundy that sent letters to, I think it was Richard Speck or one of those guys. They were all corresponding, and Ted Bundy said, "Oh, you've inspired me," and all this. All that's bullshit. None of that shit happened.
Yeah, so essentially, and that was what my one friend online said. Again, she said, basically, they were like, he was a serial killer, but it's okay because he inspired all these great horror movies, and then he inspired other serial killers, and they basically made him into a legend, and they created a path that doesn't exist. There's this cause and effect thing, right? And they were creating cause and effect. They were backward. They were taking the effect and then making him the cause.
Yeah.
We learned in psychology in college. I never forgot this, right? He was explaining why cause and effect isn't accurate, and he said, the correlation of murders in New York equally rises and dips with the sale of ice cream. And you could look at that and say ice cream causes murder. It doesn't. It's the fact that more murders happen in the summer.
Yeah.
That's what the cause is. But if you just have those two stats,
Right.
it means ice cream causes murder.
Right.
And that's basically what he's doing with this. Ice cream causes murder. Fucking Ted Bundy talked to Ed Gein because he's the one who inspired him.
Yeah.
Fucking Toby Hooper pulled every scene. He had no creative thing on his own. Everything came from an exact replica of Ed Gein's specific life. It's bullshit.
So because of a few movies his story inspired some of the movie, they want to inspire every serial killer out there, even towards the end.
Right.
And we'll get that to in a second.
Like I said, he loosely inspired these things. It wasn't a direct rip. All right. We're going to go to take a break, talk about our sponsors real quick. First of all, we'd like to thank
Big Brian.
Big Brian as one of our sponsors. Big Brian is Step Up Comedy.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Step Up Comedy. Yeah. Here in Elyria, Ohio.
Yeah, he's a stand-up comedian. It's really cool. He's a really, really cool guy.
Yep.
Really, I liked him immediately when we met.
Yeah.
He seems to be doing everything the right way. He believes in what he does. Check him out. You check him out on Facebook. What's his last name? Or he just goes by Big Brian.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I know from him.
Yeah, so check him out on Facebook, probably all social media, under Big Brian, and it's called Step Up Comedy.
Yep.
Another one of our, well, it's not exactly our sponsor, but it's our line of horror merch.
That's right. Frightshirts.com.
Frightshirts.com. This
I got a
Texas
shirt.
Chainsaw shirt is from Frightshirts.com.
I have one of the Laughing Dead shirts.
One of our
Which
zombies.
you didn't know that I'm the manager for the Laughing Dead metal band, did you?
Another one of our new sponsor. Well, is it a sponsor or are we just endorsing?
I'm endorsing the Laughing Dead metal band. Check them out on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah, we'll check them out as well. And a shout out to our man, David Slagle. You can find him all over social media.
Yeah. Yep.
He does a lot of good stuff, marketing and endorsement wise, and he's doing a lot for us as one of our team members. So thank you, David, as well.
Thanks.
All right, back into this fucking train wreck. We got to wrap this up.
So towards the end of this movie, after all this stuff, he's in an institution. He did ham radio conversations. He got letters back and forth, which is all bullshit. They get into, he starts having dreams, starts having, visions because he's starting to die. He's getting real sick. He's got cancer, stage 4 lung cancer. So one of the visions, he's like in a wheelchair being pushed along the hallway, and all of a sudden there's all the serial killers come out, and it's a dance fucking scene. It's dancing because he's watching Owner of a Lonely Heart video. It's MTV.
Which is not a danceable song.
And everybody's dancing to the shit. And even
so now it's definitely
Charles
American
Manson
Horror
even shows up. Hey man, I killed a bunch of people. Thanks, dude. He never killed anybody. he instructed to be,
So
to
it's
kill people.
definitely Ryan
So it's I'm
Murphy
like,
all
oh my
over the
god,
place.
it was just
All right, so I guess let's put a fine point on it then. If you're watching it as a fantastical, fantasy, fictional,
loosely based on his life,
then it's probably
Right.
it's fairly entertaining, right? It's well done, and if
Right.
you like that kind of stuff,
Sure.
it's great. It's along the lines of American Horror Story, but based on truth, loosely. Let's just say stealing true people's names. But in and of itself, it's not a piece of.
it is not a documentary. It's
Right,
not a
but I mean,
docuseries.
It's not a piece of bad filmmaking.
No, it's well
just-
shot. It's
to
well
me,
done.
It's a piece of bad
And I
storytelling.
think Charlie Hunnam is going to probably get some kind of award,
whatever they do
something.
for
Yeah, I think.
All right. All right, fair enough. Why don't you tell us about?
I bet she'll get a Golden Globe. That's my prediction.
All right. Why don't you tell us about the wine you're drinking?
This is Prisoner. If you drink wine, you probably know that
I like
brand.
Prisoner, dude.
Prisoner is very good. It's about
That's
a $50 bottle.
Yeah, that's an upper shelf bottle.
It's one of my favorites. Very good.
One of my favorites too. Mary's too.
Fits nicely in Freddie's head.
Jim made that. All right. Well, I could give you some suggestions where if you'd rather see a better movie about Ed Gein, how about 2000's Ed Gein starring Stephen Railsback? Do you recognize that name?
No.
Did you ever see 2000 Ed Gein?
No?
It's great. It's a movie,
Okay.
and it's based directly on his life, and there's not much fiction that I can find. Stephen Railsback played Charles Manson in Helter Skelter, the 1976 Helter Skelter.
Okay.
So interestingly, that guy's played 2 serial killers.
Huh.
It's a really good movie. It's really well made, and I really like it a lot, and I recommend that one. Another one that's based on Ed Gein, although they don't say it, but it's basically the same story, was 1974's Deranged. Okay? I just recently discovered this one and saw it. It's not as good of a movie as Ed Gein. It's not as well made. It's not as well acted. It's good, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it stars Roberts Blossom. Okay? You know who Roberts Blossom is, okay?
If I saw his face,
I'm going
maybe.
to tell you right now how you know. He's the old man in Home Alone,
Oh, okay. Yep.
right?
Yep.
And he was the weird hillbilly kind of guy in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Remember they were like going to the hill and there were those hillbillies sort of sitting in their car whistling and shit?
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Oh, wow.
That guy's been in like 60 fucking movies and he's always just some weird little extra part.
Wow.
But he plays the Ed Gein based character in that one,
Okay.
Deranged.
Wow.
So those are worth checking out. You know,
Yeah. There's so many other serial killers, real serial killers that they could do this on.
Yeah.
They should do Ted Bundy.
I feel like Ted Bundy's going to be the sexy choice.
They've done a couple movies. They just did one recently, a few years
Zac
ago.
Efron.
Yeah. That was decent. I mean,
It was good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the sexy choice for this series.
and that's what they
'Cause
tend to
can add
do.
some titillation to it. He was supposedly a very handsome.
Everybody
charismatic
liked
guy.
him in
Right.
Sons of Anarchy.
No,
So they're
I
gonna.
mean Ted Bundy.
Oh, okay. But I'm talking about him,
The
Charlie. I think they chose him because all the ladies like him, just like from the kid from American Horror Story that did.
Evan Peters.
Yeah, Evan
so
Peters.
They're riding the Charlie Hoon wave.
I think so.
Well, and I could see, and to be fair, probably the same with Zac Efron as Ted Bundy.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, he's definitely a heartthrob guy.
So the next series that they're going to do is Lizzie Borden.
Oh, they are doing Lizzie Borden.
So
Did you see
hopefully
Lizzie Borden's-
they don't fuck all that up.
Oh, you know they are, dude. First of all, there's not enough real facts about her. They're going to make up everything.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Lizzie Borden series?
With
Christina Ricci?
yeah, I saw parts of it. I
saw parts of it and I didn't watch. I think it's better than I was giving it credit for.
Yeah.
And it was, who's that nutty blonde chick? She was in Kids. She was in Chloe Sevigny.
Oh yeah.
Was she in that too? Or was
Brown
she
Bunny?
in a different Lizzie Borden movie?
I think that was a different Lizzie Borden movie. Yeah, she was in that Love show.
Yeah, but there's a Lizzie Borden movie with she in it, a series or movie or a series, and there's a Lizzie Borden movie or series with Christina Ricci, and I can't remember if they're separate because she has a sister, and some people think the sister did it.
Yeah,
or covered for her, or she was covering for her sister.
Right.
There's a lot going on there. Anyway, let's wrap this fucker up. You want to give it some raincoats?
that's tough because it's well done, but it's not true. I'd say 2.5.
2.5 white raincoats
because it's well done. Even though I would give it 3, but it's just there's too much fake shit. It wasn't accurate.
Okay, I give it 1.
I thought you would. Well, you didn't even finish it. You got to finish it. Just to see how ridiculous. Yeah.
I give it 1 fucking raincoat, simply because it's acted well. Laurie Metcalf, Charlie Hunnam-Wok, and
General's
fried chicken. It's butt kicking. Wasn't there a guest appearance from Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams?
Oh, no.
All right. Anyway, I give it 1 fucking bloody raincoat just because it's well acted. It's well filmed, but it's fucking trash. That's how I feel about it. So thank you all for watching.
But everybody's going to watch it.
Everyone's been watching. It's like the number 1 series.
Yeah.
Although, you know, it's the number 2 series. Looks like really good too, and it's got Toni Collette in it.
No, I started watching it.
It's not good. Thank you for the warning. All right, guys. Well, from all of us here at
Fright Reels
to all of you, a very Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Bye.
Bye.